What's happening, everybody? This is Topher Scott with the Hockey Think Tank, and this is going to be a deep dive of a Nashville Predators transition rush goal against the Chicago Blackhawks this year. And to start it off, we're going to play the clip in real time to give you a sense of what happens during the play. Taves takes the shot. Nashville gets the puck and gets going on transition. Make a nice play to the late guy, who ends up scoring the goal right over Corey Crawford's right leg. So very, very well executed play there by the Nashville Predators, but there's quite a few things, both offensively and defensively, little things that we want to point out that led to the goal. So as we started, first we're going to talk about this play offensively, and you have Jonathan Taves. He takes a shot right here. Rene makes a save. And now what I want you to watch is I want you to watch how fast Nashville tries to get in transition. So you have the puck carrier right here, but then you have 1, 2, 3 other players that are going to get on their horse. And the reason why they want to play fast is they want to catch Chicago Blackhawks in transition, try and get an odd man rush opportunity coming up the ice. So as we play it in real time, you're going to see, watch how fast they get up and try to get up the ice fast. So good job there by Nashville. The next thing I want you guys to watch is I want you to watch Rocco Grimaldi, number 23 for Nashville right here, and how he accepts this first pass from his teammate. So again, you see him right here. He gets going on his horse. He shoulder checks and he looks back to see what's happening in this area. And because he wants to go fast, he gets one hand on his stick, and he ends up accepting this pass with one hand on his stick, which I think is a really underrated play and a really underrated skill. Typically, when you're trying to skate, you have two hands on your stick when you're accepting passes, or if you have the puck and you're trying to go east-west. A lot of time you're playing with two hands on your stick from an offensive standpoint. But when you're just trying to get going fast and skate in a straight line as fast as you can, a lot of times you're just going to have one hand on your stick. So it's a really nice little play here by Grimaldi to accept this pass with his feet moving and get going up the ice quickly. So nice job by him. Next thing I want to talk about is waves. So typically in rush situations, I like to talk about how there's different waves as you go through offensively. And as we play this clip and we move it forward, you're going to see a couple different waves. The first one is you're going to have these two guys who are going to be providing the speed. You're going to have a second wave that's going to be providing that late guy mentality. And then you also have another player that's coming up here for that third wave, because Patrick Kane from the Blackhawks, he's going to be trying as best as he can to back check Ekholm right here. So it comes in different waves as you come through on the rush. And as we continue to play this, first thing I want you to watch on this rush situation, a lot of times you're going to hear coaches talk about a middle lane drive. So you see this Nashville player middle lane drive with Grimaldi coming up here, and what that does is it pushes these two defenders back because they have to challenge the guys coming up in that first wave. They have to respect them. So as we play the clip, you see this player drive, which opens up this area right here for this pass to Ekholm on the backside. And a lot of times what you're actually seeing nowadays, something that a lot of high-level coaches are teaching, is they're teaching this middle lane drive to go right through this stick of the defender that's in the middle of the ice. And the reason why they do that is they're running a little bit of interference. The defenseman is only as good as his stick positioning. So if you're running a little bit of interference with this guy's stick right here, again, that's more of an opportunity and more space for this player to get the puck and to be able to have more time and space to be able to get that shot off or make a play. In this specific instance, he doesn't end up driving through the stick, but nonetheless, not great stick positioning by Mata, and Ekholm ends up with the goal. The last thing I want to talk about here when it comes to this clip is the shot release from Mattias Ekholm when he gets this puck. So we call this a two-touch shot, and he gets this pass, he stops it, that's his one touch, and then right off his stick and into the back of the net. So he doesn't dust it off, he doesn't stick handle, he doesn't actually accept this pass with his stick in this way, which is how a lot of us are taught to accept passes. He basically stops it and fires it in. So it's on his stick and off his stick really, really, really quickly. And that's a great play, great execution there by Nashville on a lot of different fronts. Now we're going to rewind this and we're going to talk about the Blackhawks and how I don't think they necessarily play this very well from a defensive standpoint. And the first person that we're going to watch is Olli Maatta right here. And he's taking an angle, basically coming at a straight line to the puck carrier right here, which is a tough angle coming in at a straight line. When you're trying to play defensively, typically you're trying to angle a little bit more east to west, trying to get your guy to go where you want them to go. And it's an easy play from an offensive standpoint when it's a guy coming this way and you're coming right at them. Just common sense. The next mistake that he makes is he's got his stick in the air. So cardinal sin for anybody playing on the defensive side of the puck. You always want to have your stick on the ice, stick pressure, force the other players to go where you want them to go. So in this instance, Maatta has to make a decision as he's already coming up. And I don't think this is a bad decision to cut bait right here. If he ends up going right at this puck carrier, again, these players are good enough in the NHL where it's just a little pass this way to this player coming up, or it's a little pass to Grimaldi as he's coming this way, and all of a sudden we have a 2-on-1 with this player and this player on this Chicago defenseman, basically 3/4 of the length of the ice. So obviously don't want to have that happen. So Maatta makes the decision to cut bait, and now he ends up coming back this way. Now this is an interesting decision by both Maatta and Boqvist right here to not engage with Grimaldi, the puck carrier. So if they're talking to each other, again, Maatta is not the fleetest of foot defenseman, so as he gets going this way, he might recognize that he doesn't have the opportunity to catch Grimaldi coming this way, because Grimaldi's a pretty fast skater. So in that instance, which is what happens on the play, Boqvist just ends up coming this way, and Maatta comes back in the middle. If this guy was pretty fast, what could have happened is he could have just taken Grimaldi this way. Now Boqvist just stays in the middle, and now you can pinch Grimaldi off, maybe right in this area right here, killing the play as it goes forward. But they don't end up doing that, and Boqvist ends up coming this way. And what I would have loved to have seen is I would have actually loved to have seen Boqvist not skate backwards. I would have loved him to skate forwards and try and angle Grimaldi as he came up the ice as well, which would have taken away some of the passing lanes coming through the middle of the ice. So as you see, he tries to skate backwards, which allows Grimaldi all this space to just basically skate unimpeded through the neutral zone rather than coming through here and angling him this way and cutting him off like Maatta probably could have done as well. But he doesn't end up doing that, and he ends up coming over this way. Now he's got to make a decision. And then he kind of doesn't make a decision right here. He kind of gets caught because he doesn't engage Grimaldi, but he also gets sucked so far over that it allows all this space in the middle of the ice for this pass to happen up to Mattias Ekholm right here. So as we continue to play it, he gets caught a little bit between a rock and a hard place. Again, he's trying to take away a passing lane. Doesn't really get there. But again, Grimaldi is not a threat over here. But he gets extended all the way over here again, opening up all this ice. What he could have done now is he could have just shaded a little bit towards the middle, and this would have helped anything that came through the middle of the ice. But he gets sucked over, and now you get all that space for the goal. So he doesn't engage Grimaldi, but he also gets sucked over, which allows that space. So the next person I want you to watch is Olli Maatta, and he, again, is trying to respect this player. He's almost got to play this 2-on-1 between these two players coming through. So he respects that guy coming to the net. The puck ends up going back to Ekholm, and now where's his stick? Where's his stick? Where's his stick? Where's his stick? So rather than engaging Ekholm right here, stick on puck, denying that shot, he ends up with his stick in a lane. There is nobody in this lane right here, which is where his stick is, which allows Ekholm to obviously have the time and space to be able to take that shot. So as we rewind it again, you see right there, he could go stick on puck right there on Ekholm, and his stick is not really covering anybody or even the player that's driving the net in this area here. So tough play there by Maatta and nice execution by Nashville as they come up the ice. A lot of really good teaching clips in this play. Again, we went about 10 minutes for a 13-second clip right here, but a lot of little really good teaching clips. We'll play it one more time in real time, and you can see it as it unfolds naturally. So that is a deep dive with the Hockey Think Tank, and we hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next deep dive next week.